power because you're so OP, but so limited. Because you're broken, but that makes you limited. Because like, oh, as soon as a person is too fast for something, oh, now they can break time and all this shit. Why does every goddamn have to break time?
It depends on if they give the person with super speed equivalent like strength with like, because when you move faster, you should punch harder, right? It depends if they're just fast or they give this.
Like, it's true, but like, if you're that fast, why are you struggling in a fight? Unless someone else has comparable speed.
Inherently weak, that just have super speed, and then
usually
the story is how they like figure out their new strength. How do they work with their new strength?
Does everybody have powers?
What Barca said in this story now.
If I want a place with powers, I want it that they.
Let me guess. There's one villain that has powers and he's jealous of everybody that has powers. So
we should literally just make Death Note, but instead of a Death Note, he has a superpower.
I would think.
And list the power.
I'm kind of following the theme of one of my favorite books.
I always wondered.
Why are you quiet? I think you just said that.
When people do anime, I feel like when they do their power systems or their plots for each character, there has to be a reason that they do these things. Because the plot holes, I don't think has plot holes themselves.
A good story has a reason for everything.
What a game we have.
I think that the authors know the plot holes themselves.
Like, when you think, I mean, some know, but
some critiques. I'm not talking like Akira Toriyama, that guy is pretty damn thing, but like a lot of the critiques notice these things when the author doesn't. Well, there's some authors put that in there on purpose.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but that scared me so much.
No, that scared me too. But I think though a lot of people underestimate how much. I mean, think about it. They're the creator of the story. No one knows the story better than them. They know it inside out. I mean, like especially like a mangaka, that's their life, right? Every day of the week, every week a new chapter. It's their whole. They know everything about the story.
It's so funny to me, like how so for example, a Stan Theater Marvel, he'll do like a Comic-Con or something, and they'll be like, oh, this person beats this person, and they'll tell why, and then they'll be like, well, this person beat this person because I said it. Person, because he's the author. So I was just like, now you're he can because if he wants the person to win, he'll beat him.
Yeah, I mean that's where power scaling is funny, just because like I mean it's fiction. They can do it. They can do whatever they want. It doesn't have to be logical, but anyone can beat anyone if they wanted to. They will it.
Like, in Captain America, you can walk in a fight. No, but if Stan Lee wants it to, that's gonna happen.
Hulk.
I mean, the completion, but still looking at a third
down. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Gets the back moving.
They know he can't because he's a fucking scientist. But
feet of strength, yeah, he's not beating.
Caught near the sticks. It's Ferguson. Third down.
First of all, it does depend with what Hulk is talking about. If he's talking about smarter than because he's not smarter than Hulk, but smarter than Jello.
I'm talking about like baseball, not Bruce
so now I'm just like, okay, so your plot hole, I mean, your scaling just goes out the window because, like, if the author wants his guy in the window, he's going to dominate him if he wants it to be, if he has no powers.
I just don't know if I'd ever want to make a story set in the real world.
I can't do it, man. I tried. When I did when I worked at anime a long time ago, I just thought that shit looked silly with cars.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing third down.
Like the whole mirror dimension of all that was great.
Oh, there's a lot of stories that are like set in the real world with fantastical, like Harry Potter, right?
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
That's one as a quarterback.
What if you just on another? Why has nobody ever been on another planet? You know, like Earth is not a thing. South Star Wars. Like, what if Earth is not a thing?
Big man has it
Oh, there's
There's like
plenty
a
of stories
different.
like that. I mean, that's in all types of sci-fi.
Well, if you're talking about like a fantasy, that's one thing. But I never like.
Are you talking about like a story set on Mars or like like a real planet?
Like just one random planet. No, like not going into space to try to find. I mean, like, what if it's just like one world with all these complex rules, with different species?
I mean, that's just a fantasy world. I mean.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that.
But like set in like reality where like there's.
Yeah, but usually like fantasy worlds, there'll be like a guy that would get reincarnated into this world. Like, why couldn't that just be like the normal setting?
I mean, that's just a fantasy. That's just most fantasy worlds. I mean, he made a world with Earth-like rules, and there's gravity. There's one sun, one moon, and night cycle, and it just has. I mean, typically they have powers in most fantasy worlds.
Like, what if all the bad do it to win? But it's just like a group of, oh, I don't want this. This shouldn't be like this, but killing is fine over there. I don't know. I really got a bunch of good shit in my head.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball.
What I think was one of the coolest fictional worlds, despite how the story, finished. A Promised Neverland had a really cool world.
I've never experienced a show like that in my life, actually. It was so. The idea was so goddamn perfect until they did what they did. But it was like it was new. It was fresh. You've never seen nothing like that before.
They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter.
I'm actually disappointed with that one. He was one of the most disappointing.
Everyone's disappointed with that one.
It's so disappointing. It makes no sense.
Who doesn't love season 1? It was amazing. It's an amazing story.
The reason why I'm so disappointed because like I didn't know about Promised Neverland before I watched it, but then like I had no idea what was going on. I found out all this shit happening. Now I'm fucking hooked. Oh, here comes the second season. This is bullshit.
Well, I looked into the manga. Damn, Barker, your team cold.
No, it's because the killer has.
It could have gone down as one of the.
Interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting obviously at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
This one's complete. Guys, let's think for just a moment about Temple.
Yeah,
biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses. Getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
I gotta take the hit.
Looking to pass inside the red zone.
Because we feel we could. He's gonna laugh at us, but every day.
I just wish. I mean, it's funny because I don't really write the book. I don't really.
You like to do it. If it's your hobby, you might as well just try it out and try to see if you can make it. So go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying.
By yourself.
Damn, she bad. I wish I could draw better. In which, just draw stupid. Obviously, you should just, get better drawing by drawing. But, like, I would like my story to be have a visual medium.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I feel like in my head, I probably cannot. I cannot draw the shit up. I don't think anybody can. Especially with the shit I think in my head with the scaling, ridiculous scaling that I have. That shit comes.
those
or
five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try
just
to move
physically
the
as
ball
anything.
away, to get a run game going, it's
But it's really good, my
the
goddamn.
shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Chucked it away just as he was hit. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. And the Blazers decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon.
I will say this though.
Yes,
One day I'll grab
today off,
it.
hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. Dropping back, it's McCoy. Throws to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen
one day
it
it's
in
going
the
to
passing
say,
game.
you only
That was
going
a
to
really
Wikipedia,
good example
Austin
of it.
man,
Again,
it's going to
if
say,
they're going to score more
Austin,
points in
whatever
the
your last
second
name
half,
is,
they've
then
got
it's
to
going
make
to
some
say,
adjustments
is a
here.
writer in a.
And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here.
Austin is a writer and a worker and
Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield.
How you gonna say
That'll
I
be
would hope he
enough to give
could.
them
I
a
would hope
first
not.
and
That's
goal
probably just being
from
his
the
bio.
10.
how you gonna say he
The
your
Owls
best
come
friend?
to the line with a new set of
You know
downs.
what
Off play action on
How
first
you gonna
down.
fix him?
Zings it complete to the
Yo,
right.
say that again?
Touchdown!
How you gonna say he your best friend?
Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
What's my last name,
Point
Juju?
after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that
Dude, I
last
don't think
drive
I've
quiet
ever,
this crowd.
Good point.
And there's so many
The
targets.
same way
to focus
Dill
on,
has said
so
his last
many
name before and I
playmakers,
forgot
they
it is the
just
same
lost
way I
it.
told
They
him my
lost the
last name
running
before
back
he
out of the
forgot it.
backfield.
I don't remember.
He catches the football, does the rest, takes it in.
Oh, it's not the point.
What a nice weapon to have on your team.
But
We're getting off topic here, boys. We're getting off topic here.
Quick throw, but he's
I had many
not
names.
going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
The head of the table.
Down to 2 minutes to play.
Ancho is a late
Referee
my name, but it's not my name.
2-minute timeout. Working
But it
well
is.
behind the
It
sticks
is.
on 2nd down.
Head of the table.
Back to
The reason I
pass.
say that is because my grandfather did it, so
And that pass will
I
be
got to check it.
jarred loose on 2nd
That
down.
ain't took
That brings
the
up
performance.
3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Wide open downfield.
God damn, that was all my fingers.
I don't think you understand how much like my bone shake every time I hear my phone. Man.
Reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Scanning the field, it's Crowder. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Throws for the tight end. Got it in the middle. It's Bishop. Stumbled to the ground. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Hooks. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get
I've spent a
things
lot,
moving. It's
honestly,
first and 10.
a majority of my time spent on my story has been the world. And it is so hard to make a compelling world. Like, I have several different countries, and like I know where the capital cities are, and I know where characters reside. But it's kind of hard to like fill in the in-betweens, like making landmarks of like, if it's an adventure, like they gotta go here and they gotta go through here. What's waiting for them here, and make things. You can't just be like, well then they arrived at the city. Like, you know, you can't just be like that. It's hard to fill the in-betweens and to make things look good. Like, you know who did a great job at that? Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think they were going to the Earth Nation. They had to travel through that desert, and then they got like the library with that giant owl, like, that whole side adventure. Like stuff like that is really important.
I feel like
How about a 50-plus, no problem, big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
I mean, it doesn't have to be the library in the middle of the desert. But
One more snap coming before halftime.
You're crossing a desert with 10 kilometers.
Wants to go up top on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. And the Owls can really attack on this second and short.
Or like
what's the throw? It's McCoy.
When you're riding, like you're about to go there, say like they're speaking to someone.
They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime.
The guy's like, hey, be careful.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Blazers will boot it away.
There's going to be a portion of the story where we have to travel by boat to the other side of the world, kind of, and there's going to have to... Well, there's an island in the middle. No, it's not One Piece. So, most of the story is taking place on land, but because One Piece, majority of the place takes place on land. What do you know? But.
I say.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. But on the very first play of the third quarter, they get
I mean, it's a very common trope.
Got enough for the first down.
You know, you want to make something unique. But yeah, it's, I don't know what I'm doing.
And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way.
But I want to make like unique landmarks, like stuff that's cool, like stuff you see, you're like getting kind of enthralled with, like you're. Well, I don't know if you'd really see a coral reef in the middle of the ocean, but you'd see it on the coast in the area. But
and it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3.
I really enjoyed playing Metaphor Refantasio because I know a lot of that stuff in that adventure.
And the Blazers with a
I'd be like, oh wow, look at this like scarlet red forest while we're heading over this way. It's so beautiful. It has some really good artwork. So pretty.
One high down the left side.
Like one of the places they saw in the ocean was like a tidal wave frozen in time, and it was just like it had a bunch of fish in it, and it was just really pretty.
Trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting
late.
It
was really cool.
Here comes the heat. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. The Blazers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out.
Bye.
He's brought down, but a
really
bit of yardage on the Temple takes over and the offense.
That was fire. That was scared the shit out of me.
Last drive went for 6.
I remember Dead by Daylight being darker.
Back to throw. It's McCoy.
I don't know if you have your brightness up or is this game brighter than it used to be.
Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line.
Spirit's really good.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away.
Make Dead by Daylight proximity tap.
That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Got room at the
Look at the fucking blocking. Oh my goodness.
Your brightness is average.
Set up first and goal from the 9. And that big gainer.
Well, like, is it? Don't you remember Dead by Daylight being darker? I remember it being darker.
He's going for the goal line.
Maybe it's just
good throwing catch.
I feel like Dead by Daylight is less scary than it used to be. Like, it's less of a horror game more than it is actually just a skill and hide and seek game.
He's near
Wants to go up top. Unleashes to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Oh, my fucking God.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd.
They're on ass.
They rode their
no.
But he could not make it.
I didn't get the fast
down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains.
And I died in a place that
incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And the Blazers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find.
The best landmark I have in my story right now is a giant canyon between 2 countries, but it's not just like a natural canyon. It's actually like it was basically like a line between 2 countries created by a god to like separate the countries at war.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Finds a little bit of space.
They don't like you, do they?
22. after the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Handoff to the lone back.
I miss looping the killers for infinite points. That was always fun.
It's gotta
Like you
feel
could
good as a
max
defense
out.
knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Blazers are marching down the field. Dropping back, it's Crowder. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Bishop. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. Guys, it's Temple with the lead here at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
Oh my God, that thing's not really trapped.
They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period.
Chasing? We're gonna run into a really big
Looking
problem.
downfield on first down. He'll try to do it himself.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
To the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, UAB. Why not double the try total and go for 2?
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He's here.
Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager.
Turning it on! Made a defender miss. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
That's caught. It's Smith. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
From the gun, the ground game. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's McCoy. He's got him. One. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Bishop. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Blazers are in the hurry-up.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the tight end. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The give is to Smith. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They get him on the ground, but he's got enough to give Temple the 1st down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. A 3rd down try for the offense. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
See, Dill was waiting for him to sing.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. To throw, it's Crowder. Here's the pressure. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about.
Illegal forward pass.
The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to...
And the Heat gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Pressure coming. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, you know, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Finish with 44 yards and a touchdown today as well. Top the loss today. Finish with 3 of them. Guys, the 4, and Williams each getting 2 tackles for loss as well. Montgomery getting a tackle for loss. Rand and Guys, the 4, each getting 1.5 sacks on the day. Williams also getting shot in the day. And then Brown, Virginia, and Mike getting to steal this late in the fourth quarter. Brown also getting the pass deflection and the lotion as well. Temple on a win, improving to 9-0 as they are looking to get into the season. If they can send off maybe next week to stay undefeated.